Welcome to a class building and gameplay video. Today I will be looking at a build I have been making. It's called Death Knight Armour. So the build consists of Death Knight Armour, which increases the Capital Ancient Dragon Cult skills and Incantations. All 4 sets do that. What that basically means is within the Death Knight Longhaft axe and the twin axes, the Ashen of War for it, it enhances those skills. And twin axes. Sorry about the sleeping animals. It's a good place to make builds. So twin axes, Incantations. You're looking at your Knight Lightning Spear. Got some good range on it as well. Got your Lightning Strike. Honed Bolt, which is like a single lightning strike. It's quite good if you're just fighting one-on-one with someone. They're the ones that they grade up. You also got Electro Charge, which is an attack but also a skill buffering. So it makes you electrified, which deals damage over time. The attack damage that you do and any lightning skills. I do like this build. It's not really much for a faith kind of build, but this is a strength faith. It's mainly a electric, lightning elemental, rather than any other of the status effects. I also added the repeating fire crossbow because needed a bit more range and a bit more stability for this class. So you can either do electric bolt or the good old P versus P classic Ocean bolt. And the last one is Dragon Bolt Blessing, which basically increases your defense against bleed, frost, your death, poison, scarlet rot, but it does make you more susceptible to lightning damage, which obviously isn't great when you're fighting something that deals lightning damage. But we also have increases your defense which by having this charm, it raises your lightning tap but lowers your damage negation. So you can be quite susceptible to lightning damage in this build, but you can work around that just by not getting hit really. Let's go over some of the stuff. So blinkbolt, look like half axe. As you can see, it was a sort of a lightning move forward kind of skill with a big drop kind of on the axe. And then your twin axe is similar kind of thing, but with sort of a tornado kind of twirl at the end. The only thing I do say about those skills, very hard to use near an edge. You can fly past people sometimes, you can fly off the edge, and so it's definitely something to consider when using. For the incantations, I use the gravelstone still because it boosts the dragon cult incantations, which is the majority of what we're using. You get on the lowdown of the spells themselves. So, lightning spear, lightning strike, honed bolt. I've also added Lancett's glaive. Sorry, that will. This one's it's quite good. Travel is quite a wide range spread of lightning. Something else got added into the DLC, frozen lightning. This one's quite good. Ancient Dragon Lightning Strike is like a surrounding kind of spell. So too many enemies around, you can save yourself that way. And then you got Death Lightning. Death Lightning is more for a P versus P element or other tarnish, because it inflicts death, which normal enemies don't actually get affected by that. So, glaive. You can see, I've spread. And then frost lightning. Surrounding, and then death lightning. Similar, but leaves death around you. Right, that's gonna show you a bit of action. Do a bit of DLC fighting first. To obviously show you the increased damage that you get from being in the DLC. Go fight some moderately hard enemies for you. Just show you the kind of skill set you can have with this build. What I like about blinkbolt is that you can actually use it as a dodge move as well. Even if you do end up getting attacked while using it, it's still like stagger the damage. I'm just gonna swap to the half axe, only because I prefer this weapon compared to the twin axes. It's easier to use with the incantations. And the skill is a lot better 1v1s. What I like about this build the most is that the blink bolt can actually get you a lot of ground cover, so it's good to dodge a couple of attacks and then come in close again. It's all about timing though. It's kind of set up. I show you. Not quite sure what I've got on. So the damage in the normal game. So Milika hideout is quite a far into area with some high grade enemies. So it's like on the against countless enemies. I haven't really gone over what's in my flask of wonders. So I have lightning boost, lightning attack, temporary boost, lightning attacks, and eliminate all stamina consumption. Just means that with the twin axes, you don't have to worry about your stamina consumption when you're going in after using it. And same with the half axe as well. Obviously boosts the lightning attack. A bit of, I'll go 2 at twin axes. As you can see, against edges it's not the best. Ugh. No, I can really say that's the only downside to those Ashes of War. If I go through the talismans, so I use Flock's Cavern's Talisman. It greatly raises the frequency of Incantations, which is all your lightning magic. Obviously I've gone through the Lightning Scorpion Charm. Raises attack, but obviously you get hit like a train. Alexandra Shard of Alexandra, RIP. Greatly boosts the power of skills, so obviously that would be the blinkbolt. And Raidgun's icon shortens spell casting time. You can swap this one for the Beloved Stardust, but it's great, but the increase of damage taken is quite significant, and yeah, it's getting hit by a train basically, but it's not the funnest in the world. Some of the others that would work with this build would be carrying Ligreed Crest for your skills. Not necessary, to be fair. I haven't added it in. Using the twins, it greatly raises attack power, accessible attacks, the Rotting Wing, Sword Insignia. Can always use the twin-headed turtle for stamina. The usual one, that one. Enhances attack after rolling brats. Most of these are ones that you could just use for any build, really. Obviously, arrows for your bolts. Godfrey icon could be actually pretty good. Charge spells and skills. A lot of the lightning spells are charged. Yeah, pretty much would be what the best ones for it. I can show you best use for. Alright, let's... So, on its own, not very effective. But, let's see if we can... add a bit more oomph to it. There's a lot of people that use this crossbow for PvSSP because it's an excellent, especially with PvP, poison, scarlet rot, bleed, explosion, works very well. To be fair, I am level 212. To be fair, most of my videos with class builds will be at this significant level. I'm going to go over the stats in a sec. Okay. So... oh, where did he just come from? So the charge time for the skills is probably the biggest letdown for it. Garnet right. Get back to the corner sometimes with it. So if you're looking at stat wise, so the most important stats you need really, stats required for this build would be 24 strength, 15 dex, it doesn't matter intelligence, and arcane doesn't matter. Faith, due to the spells, 47 is what you need. I've gone for Faith 70, Strength 50. Everything else is requirement level. Endurance, Mind 40 each, and then Figure 50. I normally always have between my Figure of Mind and Endurance, I normally between 40 to 50, just depending on what kind of build it is. Fluctuates between those. But you just, because this is a strength faith build, it's just, you can use, if you're going to look at structuring your flask a bit better, you could probably go for your FP consumption, eliminates that. Probably work as well if you're really going to go into Incantations. The other one would be charge attacks. Pretty good for this build. Consecutive attacks grown stronger and mix. That would work as well with this build. But yeah, lightning's definitely a necessity. Great runes, to be fair, doesn't really matter which one you would use. My normal preference is raises maximum HP, FP and stamina, you can never have too much. Now everyone's got their own thingy for each one. Right, we'll go back into the DLC. Try and for a lot of those horrible enemies. If we go. First rise. Okay, we'll go fight those, shall we? Yeah, I do apologise if you haven't got this far in the game yet. This is one of the last areas. Lightning Spear is definitely one of my favourites. Alright, see how this goes. As there's a lightning, I'm probably going to get hit. Oh. Been a while since I fought one of these. Yeah, I didn't pick the best one to fight, to be fair. Considering I'm quite susceptible to lightning damage, and I'm fighting the electric version of them. I don't know where the other one though. I think it's at the top here somewhere. The wind one you. Possibly one of the builds that I would use in a New Game Plus. Quite enjoy it. There's one. Kicks. Oh, I'm backwards. There on the top. Alright. Wait. So I've got another build that I'll be doing soon, which will be pretty much a build that's based off those birds there, but it's also mixed in with like an infusion of a necromancer build. That'll be my next one that I'll be showing. There it is, it's a nice one. So one of the main reasons why I like the brink roll is, as you can see there, you can dodge through damage. And sometimes you can still take damage while doing it, but it's just not as harsh. So that's the lowdown for this Death Lightning Knight. So for this build, you pick up the majority of the weapon, so the 2 Death Knight weapons and the Death Knight Armour. You pick from 2 dungeons, which at the end of them have got Death Knights to fight, where one wields the halberd and one wields the twin axes. They're not the easiest things to fight. I believe first one is in where are you? One of these dungeons. I know it since I see it. The names will make it more clearer for me. There you go. So Frog Rift Catacombs. There was a Death Knight at the bottom of that. That's the one that gives you the twin axes. Yeah, you get twin axes from the bottom of that one. twin axes can be quite so they're good. I do enjoy them. They just have to watch out for edges and jumping past enemies and stuff like that. It could be very annoying. And the other one, I believe, was Scorpion something. Where are you? Ah. Oh. Just missed it. Scorpion. This one here. Scorpion River Catacombs. And this one, it looks like it's in this area, but it's not. You have to go from the Temple Town ruins and make your way all the way around. And then it's underneath. It's not actually within this area. So it was a little bit of a secret passage to get to. Because this area here, down here, is not really a necessity to go to. There's a giant bear that you fight about here. But yeah, you get the Longhaft axe down the bottom of that one. I said there was quite later on in the game this section, but you can get there quite quickly if you wanted to. The armor. Trying to think. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Trying to think where the armor. The armor. You don't get. I think you pick it up from somewhere else. So yeah, it's off a dead body in the Dark Light Catacombs, which is you're doing that, I do apologise. Press the play button. Just had it a second ago. Alright. Which is in this one. Again, this one is a lot longer way to get to it. You have to basically, inside of the Shadow Keep, there's a secret kind of way to get to it. You sort of have to get in a coffin. The coffin drops you down to the bottom of Castle Watering Hole, and then you've got to find your way through down into this location, through these bridges. You follow it round, you get to this village of flies. You can sort of like make out like a route here. You go down there, you can jump off here, and then you get to the Dark Light Catacombs. Or the other way would be from this area here. There's some tombstones that go down here. You can drop down there as well. But this is sort of like well out of the way kind of area. If you haven't played any of the DLC at all, the catacombs are extremely big, long, and they have tons and tons of stuff in them. Weapons, talismans, armors, and filled with lots of horrible enemies. So yeah, for the weapon and the armor, that's where you'll find them. A lot of the other stuff is very, don't really need it. Like say the incantations and stuff. You could have this built purely on just the axes if you wanted to. I've just added the incantations just for a bit more towards the faith side of it. Yeah, so that's my build on the Knight, Death Electric Knight. So I don't know why I keep saying Death Electric. It's Death Lightning Knight. Lightning. It's lightning in this game. I do apologise. Talking out my arse. Well, I hope you enjoyed the class build tutorial. It's not really a tutorial, it's more of a how I've set it all up and how it looks and how it fights. I appreciate the watch. I'll be adding the video up onto my other other sites, Instagram, YouTube, and I'll be putting on the build specs and with on it as well. So go check it out if you fancy creating the build. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll wave goodbye.